Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Well, hello, everyone. Good Friday night to you. Let's go ahead and take a look at that weather. I'll tell you a couple of things. We got some storms we're going to deal with for the second part of the weekend, and it is going to get hot, and it's only going to get hotter into next week as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. We start off with our drought monitor, and you can see along north of I-40, we've got that D2 severe drought in those orange shaded areas. You can see the key there lower right, and we've got the D1 severe drought or moderate drought in those beige areas, the yellow showing abnormally dry. And we got just a little slither right there in the southern counties that is not currently under a drought. That's thanks to some of that recent rain. But here in Jackson, we're about 7.5 inches in a deficit. We need some rainfall. Let's go ahead and get a check on that late night forecast coming in. 73 right now in Savannah. What a gorgeous night it is right there. And as we take a live look here in Milledgeville, 72 degrees, a very light wind, about 3 miles per hour out of the south. And in Memphis, we're coming in at 79. And we're at about 6 miles per hour. Looks like a little bit of steam or maybe a little fog on the camera there, or it may just be out of focus there, but it's still pretty quiet and looks good there too. We looked at that just a little bit ago and it was beautiful out there. 72 right now as we look live in Paris. You can see some cirrus clouds there in the distance, but not enough to block out the starry sky. So it's going to be a lovely night there too. We got 79 in Dyersburg, 75 in Trenton, Alamo coming in at 72. 79 in Covington, 72 in Somerville and Henderson. We've got 75 in Selmer, 72 in Lexington and Parsons, 72 in Camden and Huntington. And those winds have died down considerably this evening to less than about 10 miles per hour in most cases. And out of the south, radar is showing all clear out there. And we've had the rain out to the west of us. Look at the surface map. You can see that high to the east of us. I've got Tennessee marked, but notice how that rain is going to hang off to the west through tomorrow. That's our 24-hour map. But as we head towards Sunday, looking at the 48-hour map, look at that. Here comes the rain stretching on into West Tennessee. The good news right now, we're not looking at a severe threat in as far as the main larger weather feature. It's mainly we could see a few pop-up strong storms with some hail in them, but we're not in the long-range outlook. So for the rest of tonight, it's all to the north of us. That slight risk over parts of the Great Lakes area, Ohio Valley by tomorrow, and parts of Texas. And then as we head into Sunday, again, we're not in the severe weather outlook, so that's certainly good news. But again, much like last weekend, I think we'll have some cloud-to-ground lightning, and we'll have some strong storms in the mix with some of those showers. Let's look at Futurecast heading through the rest of tonight. Your late night forecast here looking good. Saturday, we see a couple of little blinks there on radar. It's less than 10% odds that anybody's going to get rain on Saturday. If you do, it's not going to last but a few minutes. So, most of us will dodge the rain until Sunday morning. And that's what we're looking at now, 7 a.m. right there. It starts to build in, and we got quite a few showers out there across the area. And then it'll continue right on through the Monday and starting off next week. So let's run that again. For tonight, nothing showing up in Futurecast in the HRRR. Tomorrow, only a few little blinks there, which would be mainly a couple of those clouds get a little bit dark, and there may be a brief shower, but most of us will not see rain tomorrow. And again, here we go into Sunday morning, 5 o'clock, 6, right into the 7 o'clock hour. Then look at the afternoon. Here we are at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, kind of switching over to the longer range model. But it is also hinting towards plenty of rain in the afternoon. That goes right into Monday morning and through the day and afternoon on Monday. And if we were to run that on out longer, it goes right on into Tuesday and Wednesday as well. All right, another thing that we were talking about, it's going to be increasing in humidity. Look at those dew points. We go from the mid to upper 60 dew points of today to the low 70s for tomorrow and right on through the weekend. That's going to put us in the very humid range. So you're going to begin to notice it's going to feel rather steamy out there. And it's going to feel much more like summer typically does in West Tennessee, although we haven't got there yet, but it's going to feel like it. Hourly forecast for the rest of tonight will be dropping into those upper 60s. We'll have a mix of clouds and stars out there as we go through the night. Now, we got some good news in our 6-day precipitation outlook. Look at that. In West Tennessee, we're highlighted in red. That means anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches between Sunday's rain and Wednesday's rain. So that would help because we're about 7.5 inches in a deficit. So that would at least knock about a quarter to a third off of that deficit. If we indeed do get, a lot of areas getting that 2 to 4 inches would definitely help out. So there is some good news in this, but if you don't like hot weather, there's bad news. We're going to head on up close to 90 degrees tomorrow, back to the mid 80s as we head into Sunday when the rain comes in, back to the upper 80s on Monday. Tuesday, it only goes up. We'll be in the low 90s by the time we get to Wednesday. And look at that, on up to about 93, maybe some isolated areas south, hitting 95 there on Thursday. Looking at our 7-day forecast, so we're going to be looking pretty good tonight, just partly cloudy skies at times, and then tomorrow we'll be under a mix of clouds and sunshine. Less than 10% odds that anybody in any given place in the viewing area is going to get a shower. And if you did, again, I only mention it because it's a very slight odd, but it's going to last very short time. And again, most of us won't get anything, but on Sunday, that's a different story. We're going to be up close to 80% odds there for Sunday around in the morning and the afternoon. More rain through the day on Monday, lasting right on through Tuesday. Some rumbles of thunder in there too, much like what we had last week. And then we'll be talking about, or I should say earlier this week, Sunday and Monday with all that weather that we had. Wednesday, we finally return to partly cloudy skies in the afternoon, and we lose that chance of showers by the nighttime. Thursday, back to sunshine, but look at those temperatures climbing into the 90s. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Friday night. Your Saturday morning, I hope, goes well for you. It's going to be a pretty decent start to our Saturday. This has been Brian Davis for West Tennessee Weather Channel. Take care.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.